Welcome to the Sky Maiden Musings channel. The videos on this channel have been created, directed, and presented by Reverend Dikki Jo Mullen. Her email addresses are presented here and on the next slide. Reverend Dr. Dikki Jo Mullen began learning about metaphysics at a very early age from family members who practiced astrology, for instance, or a number of these techniques that are listed here. And after a lifetime of practice, she's mastered a range of metaphysical techniques and methods that she uses in her daily work. Just an overview quickly of what she offers if you're interested in contacting her. And again, I have the email addresses here in the website. She works with astrology, crystals, dream analysis, graphology, which is the study of one's writing in respect to one's personality or character, numerology, palmistry, rune wisdom, and tarot card reading. In the way of metaphysical practice methods, she engages in aromatherapy, aura portraits, chakra balancing, classes of a range of sorts related to metaphysics and spirituality, convention programs, feng shui, home blessings, house parties, paranormal investigation, past life readings, and personal readings. Again, her contact information is here. And next we will talk about the video that is produced for this week. In this video, Dr. Dikki Jo Mullen will discuss the use of crystals for healing and intuitive insights. She will talk about various types of crystals and their healing energies.
This is Dikki Jo Mullen in Orlando, Florida, of Sky Maiden Musings, Astrology and Parapsychology Studies and Services. Today we're going to look at a very popular and beloved topic, crystals. Crystals and gems have fascinated and allured people since earliest times, and today they're as popular as ever. Sometimes they're a way of investing one's money, and sometimes they're a way of healing, of showing love or regard, or holding a happy memory. Of the many different uses of crystals, gazing into a crystal sphere or ball for guidance and insight into other realms is particularly fascinating and intriguing. This is my crystal ball collection. I have an amethyst in the middle of the gazing cloth. A gazing cloth is a way of creating sacred space in order to consult the crystals for wisdom. This one calls upon the four archangels that go with the different directions: Gabriel in the west, Oriel in the north, Raphael in the east, and Michael or Michael in the south. In the center is a sphere that represents the present or places in the universe. In order to do scrying or crystal gazing, taking some deep breaths, getting into the alpha or the relaxed state will help. Kind of that half awake, half asleep state. And moving the hands over the crystal ball, gazing into it, being patient. It's possible to ask for insight about a certain condition, say whether to accept a job or make a move or pursue a relationship, or just asking for insights about the future in general. In the center of the crystal, clouds will begin to rise if it's a yes answer, a positive situation. Clouds falling down represent a no or a negative outcome. Generally, scenes will unfold in the peripheral vision, holding one's head straight, looking straight down, and waiting for them to parade past. I see them kind of like a circus parade, from left to right, like reading a book. And there will be some images that might seem to relate to the past, some the present, some that you have to remember they may be turning up in the future. Light-colored or bright clouds tend to represent positive outcomes: red, yellow, orange, white. Clouds that are blue-green can tie in with emotion or melancholy. Pink clouds tend to represent positive outcomes with anything regarding love. Darker clouds can mean stormy times ahead. It's important to remember with clairvoyance, it's a French word meaning clear vision, it ties in with scrying or seeing, that we always have the ability to alter the future for the positive. Within limits, looking at the information, deciding what to do, the direction to hold is the secret. Different types of crystals can be used. This is a natural quartz crystal. There's an amethyst. Natural quartz crystal is really the same type of material as the lead or created crystal of my clear ball, but in a natural state. And really it's a matter of personal preference which is easier to use. Amethyst is a spiritual stone. It's purple at one end of the visible light spectrum. It's particularly a strong choice for those in the metaphysical world. The deep blue commemorates the blue moon. It was a gift at the blue moon, a time that is occurring, about every 2 years or so. We have a blue moon, the second full moon in a month. It's especially important to me. The red crystal can be particularly good for anything to do with energy, seeing the long-term future. I have some angels with crystal heads, and also a favorite cat, a lucky cat, a frog, which is a popular symbol in feng shui, all holding crystals that can be used for gazing. Some readers prefer to use a regular mirror. This is one that I've decorated in honor of the 4 directions, the 4 archangels. It's an octagon, which is popular with feng shui practitioners. And the clear, regular mirror can be used for gazing. Often in haunted houses, spirits and entities will appear in a mirror spontaneously, and that again is a type of crystal gazing. One of the little known and most intriguing types of crystals is the black mirror, or scrying mirror. This is a glass that's been painted black on the reverse side, and then we look into the obverse, the concave side. There are little sparkles in the black paint in the background that's used to create or consecrate this type of mirror, and it's used exactly like the crystal sphere. Lapidomancy, from the word lapidary for stone, is another way to read with crystals. Crystals are often carried, different types of stones, for good luck, to commemorate a happy memory or an occasion, but they can also be used as a way to see what one is drawn to. In my professional readings, I often begin with clients by asking them to select, without trying to rationalize why, the crystal that calls to them. Crystals, of course, have an energy field in them. Think of the way they give us computers, lasers, and all of the other wonderful electronics that create our world, and there's an easy way to understand how that works. This is the quartz crystal, which is the one that we call on every day, turning on the computer to check email. Over here is a black quartz. This shows a desire to avoid negativity. This is a zebra stone, and this is a Dalmatian agate. They're black and white. On one level, it can show a love of animals or horses. It can also show a desire to decide right from wrong. This is a fairy cross crystal. There's a natural cross in the middle. That shows an interest in the fey ones, the wee folk, the little people. Amethyst is a spiritual stone, as I mentioned, but the word amethyst means not drunk in Greek. And one of the very interesting legends about stones involves Bacchus, the party god, who in legendary times is thought to have taken a clear crystal like this one and poured wine over it to turn it purple. This is the anti-substance or anti-addiction stone. The carnelian agate is a very strong health stone, and a focus on that will show a love of wellness, health, and interest in fitness or health issues. The pink crazy lace is an interest in parent-child issues, either side of the generation gap emphasized. The malachite, this lovely green stone, I call the Indiana Jones stone. It represents a love of adventure, faraway places, other ways of life. It's also the stone of the teacher, crusader, missionary. Those who have a desire to share their truth or knowledge with others will be drawn to the malachite. Over here is an Afghanistan marble that can show an interest in a certain type of the world, the countries in the Middle East, and the situations there. This is a bismuth, which shows an interest in making things different, not having them the way they are. It is created in Russia, and it can show a draw towards Slavic or Russian cultures. This is an iron agate. It shows a desire to be assertive, and it can represent a time to stand up in conflict and to insist upon one's rights. We have over here a Buddha stone, which shows an interest in the Middle and Far East and Asian cultures. Feng Shui, yoga practitioners are often very drawn to the wisdoms and the energies encoded in this stone. This one is lepidolite, and you're going to laugh at this one's meaning because it's the extraterrestrial stone. It doesn't mean they're going to come and get you and beam you up if you're drawn to this, but it can show an interest in aliens and alien entities. This stone is a jasper, and it indicates an interest in freedom and independence. The tree agate is often shown to bring an interest about in ecology, and individuals who like trees, camping, can be drawn to this stone. I hope you've enjoyed our session with crystals today, and remember, when you look into a mirror, to look over your shoulder, and there might be a message, a glimpse of the other side and other dimensions. This is astrologer Dikki Jo Mullen in Orlando, Florida. What do you think?